Hey, happy Weather Wednesday, everybody. Storm Team meteorologist Griffin Hardy here with this week's edition of Weather Wednesday on CBS42.com and CBS42 on Facebook. And now that we are in mid-January, we are officially halfway through the winter months. There's just one thing that's missing. We haven't had any big snowfall yet. Just where is the snow? Normally this time of year, we should see snow by now because on average, January is when we see the most snow out of the year in Birmingham. Normally on average, we get 1.6 inches of snow per year, and half of that usually falls in the month of January, but we just haven't seen any of it yet, and we haven't really seen any measurable snowfall in quite a while. It's officially been 768 days, that's over 2 years, since we last saw measurable snowfall in Birmingham. And the key word here is measurable because we're not counting trace amounts. We need measurable snowfall to really consider it a snow day. You know, you need a lot of snow to build a snowman, have a snowball fight, and all the fun things that you want to do in the winter months, but we just haven't had that opportunity. If we go back that amount of time, 768 days, that takes us to a really big snow day that we had back on December 8th of 2017, where we had a big swath of snow that went from Louisiana all the way up into the North Carolinas, and some spots in our viewing area picked up almost a foot of snow. A lot of the snow was very thick over in the eastern half of the state. And here's a look at the snowfall totals from that day. Again, the lighter amounts were actually to the north. It was an interesting setup where we had a lot of very cold air coming in from Canada and a lot of abundant moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that combined to really produce some really high snowfall rates, especially over in East Alabama, where they picked up 8 to 12 inches across portions of Clay County. Randolph and Cleburne counties picked up a lot of snow, as well as Calhoun County, where we had roughly 9 to 10 inches of snow over towards Anniston. And locally, the highest snowfall total was reported in northeastern Clay County, 15 inches of snow from this particular event. That puts it right on par with the superstorm of 1993, where many of you may remember Birmingham picked up 13 inches of snow that day. And with this particular event, we picked up 4 inches officially at the airport, and that was enough for an actual snow day here in Alabama. So it's been quite a while since we've had that happen, but we had some very beautiful pictures from that day. This is from Pelham over in Shelby County, that picture taken by Jordan Kelly. Just some beautiful pictures across Alabama, and you just wish that we could get some of that here this time of year because it just makes everything more beautiful outside. This is from Goodwater, where the snow is piled all up on top of vehicles. This pic taken by Aiden Lee Baker, and a nice beautiful shot from Jacksonville over in Calhoun County, where the snow very thick across the ground. That pic taken by Daniel Johnson. So even though it has been over 2 years since we last saw measurable snowfall in Birmingham, that's long from being the longest snowfall drought we've ever had. That was back between January of 2000 and March of 2008. Over 8 years is the longest period we went without any measurable snowfall, and that goes back since records began back in 1895. So I know it's been a while since we've had snow, but we've been through longer periods without snow, that's for sure. And regrettably, over the next 7 days, not really any big chances of snow. Unfortunately, we're just going to be too warm for any big measurable snowfall. Any of the precipitation that we do get is just going to be rain, and that persists over the next 7 days. So, unfortunately, you have to keep waiting a little bit longer to see any big snow, but be sure to stay tuned for the forecast because it is still the middle of winter, and we have a long way to go. We have about a month and a half that is still considered technically winter here in Alabama. So stay tuned for the forecast and keep those fingers crossed because maybe, just maybe, we'll get some snow before the end of the winter.